Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Patronkast Plays Mortal Kombat 9 Complete Edition. And speaking of complete, that's what the challenge tower is now. Krypt isn't, though. We still have to finish that yet.
Going back in.
And then,
I can't wait for it to crash in, like, 2 minutes.
Yeah, we did have some issues with the game not liking us opening chests in the, what is it called? The
Meadow of Despair.
Meadow of Despair. The Meadow of Despair was giving us some problems last episode. Let's,
see if that still holds true. Test your luck. Instantly crashed.
Oh. All right.
Well, that didn't work. So, let's try another one.
See what I said it was going to crash, it crashed.
Okay, it paused, and then it functioned.
This one actually worked, but it's just a picture of the fucking necropolis.
Hooray.
Which is right over there!
Excellent.
Why include concept art that looks exactly the same as the object that's already in the game? Why not show the iterations, the ones, the cutting room floor stuff, the early sketches?
I don't know.
That'd be stupid.
Apparently.
Alright, well,
maybe they got it right on the first try. There are no iterations. The necropolis came out fully formed like fucking Athena from Zeus's skull.
Alright, drum roll, please. Oh, we're functional.
Yeah, it seems to be working. It's a combat code. You can fight without arms. That one might be worth remembering.
True. And survey says... Oh, that was a screamer sound.
Ah, see, we made him invisible. Fixed it.
Go.
Solved the problem.
By uninstalling all the awesome costumes I'd installed behind the scenes.
Unfortunately. I mean, we can always just turn those back on.
Watch it fucking crash now.
Oh.
I love how it pauses for a split second.
It hitched for a second just to make you think, yeah. So,
why is Sindel's statue in the desert? In Earth?
Okay, so the story in this game is that this is where Sindel fucking killed herself to cast a protection spell on Earthrealm. So, I guess she went to some part of Earthrealm where they were already fucking worshipping her?
Nah, she brought the statue with her.
Like bodily? She lifted up that entire statue?
You know, this used to be called Jade's Desert. Jade's a Denian. I don't know what that means. That stage never had a fucking story.
I mean, I've gone on record as saying, half jokingly, I think that it was like her reward from Shao Kahn for helping to conquer Earth. Half a desert.
I believe
special.
Yeah, what was that? Was that the courtyard?
Yeah.
Okay. So I personally believe that the Jade's Desert in UMK3, if there was a story for it, it would be that because it's during the merger, that part of that desert in Earthrealm is merging with ruins that used to belong to Edenia, and that's the connection to Jade. Because it does have a yin-yang on the floor.
Yeah.
And those are everywhere.
The yin-yang is the Edenia Kamidogu.
Do you think it was actually maybe, I don't know, Jade's ancestral home on those grounds or something?
Possibly. Something like that.
Something like that.
More like Jade's floor than the desert.
Anything to say about alternate Kano here?
No. Oh.
Meh. This outfit is. I wish the white karate gi was in the game, but I can't entirely disagree with them giving him the stereotypical Australian gator tooth necklace.
I like it.
The one thing I might suggest is
you call that a knife? Sorry.
Maybe the color scheme should be a brown vest and black pants, like in Versus DC and Special Forces.
Yeah.
Because if it looked like a Special Forces outfit, then it would fit for, like, a backstory context.
I like this fatality. It's fun.
It's alright.
Which one is I can't remember.
That's the one where she like rips off
she
your
rips
arms and
their
beats
arms
you
off
with them.
and slaps them with them.
Okay,
and then she starts applauding using them.
Right. The other ones are skin rip. I remembered the skin rip was in this game. I just didn't remember what her second was.
Sure is the rooftop.
Damn, that sure is a rooftop.
That's before the invasion, which we never see in the game.
Could've...
Oh man, I love this one. This is probably like one of my favorite fatalities in this entire game.
It's definitely up there. Mm-hmm. If I had to say what my #1 favorite is, it's probably Noob Saibot's Wishbone.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that.
I've mentioned before that like the night before MK9 actually came out, I was at a tournament at my local movie theater, and I came in second place. I was using Sector like all night, and no one really knew how to deal with the teleport punch and shit. And I managed to get both of his fatalities off somehow. Like, and my god, man,
mashing?
People, just mashing. Like, people went ape shit for this one. The Scarecrow. It was like, oh my god, it was wonderful. I've never felt more alive, and I never will again. Mexican Bumblebee.
That sure is a render.
It's so yellow. The thing about MK9 Cyrax that has always bothered me is how much it looks like Annihilation.
But not in that fun Annihilation way, though. And like,
I think Annihilation kind of looks a little bit better.
Yeah, like it has more of like a goofy tokusatsu bulkiness to it.
Yeah.
But the thing that's always driven me crazy is that his color scheme is reversed. The silver parts are yellow, and the yellow parts are gray.
Drives me nuts. Anything to say about the street speed painting with... What is this?
I think it's supposed to be... I think it's supposed to be the dragon.
Okay.
There's no point in the game where the dragon lands and breathes fire on the street, so...
Well, like it's in the air. I don't recall seeing it on the ground ever at any point.
I feel as though this painter was wasting his time when he made that one.
It was a nice thought. That'd been cool.
I mean, if you're just doing random scenes for mood board purposes, you could just take a screenshot of Chicago. Just to go outside with a camera and get a photo.
You know, I was gonna say that with the rooftop concept art a couple chests back.
Well, I imagine with the rooftop, they did the first one just to establish the buildings, and then the later speed paintings were over top of that one, like tracing.
Johnny Cage?
Yeah, that's Johnny.
I'm sure I've said this before, but I feel like the chest tattoo is a valid permanent addition to the lore. Like, he should have had it in the old timeline.
Correct. I would have also accepted just you saying, Johnny Cage! That's all we need to say.
True.
The old classic. Once again, one wonders how the clothes stay on.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, but Iron Maidens don't actually, like, work, right? Like, the spikes don't actually, like, really press up against you to really kill you, right?
I think the idea of an Iron Maiden is that it's not to kill, it's a torture device. You're supposed to be in there and very uncomfortable for a long time.
I guess it depends on how long the spikes are.
Yeah, it does depend on how long the spikes are.
You know, I'm pretty uncomfortable looking at that fucking gross shiner.
Yeah, the damage maps are the most disappointing thing in the Krypt for me. Like, to get that instead of a bunch of character art Because, like, obviously, what I was saying before, they left all that out for the art book, but they've left in concept art of the stages. So what? We could have had character art in here.
I
The
guess
appeal of owning an art book isn't that it's the only place you can get that art. It's just nice to have a physical copy.
I mean, I like mine. It's just too bad it's the size of a wallet.
Yeah.
That sure was an Acropolis.
Yeah.
Whole lot of dead people around the neighborhood. That guy's dead. That guy's also dead. You're dead too.
There's a guy.
Well, I don't think we've seen this one yet.
The Iron Maiden, but it's got a hat. That's the bottom of the pit.
I do like the
How do
pit
you
bottom
feel
in this
about
stage.
How do you guys feel about the blood river and the pit bottom?
Well,
I mean, see, it's funny you say that because like whenever someone mentions like the slaughterhouse in Deception, I'm like, it's hell. It can be made of blood. I don't think about the logic of it. But here, somehow,
yeah,
I'm like,
this is... So it's supposed to be Shang Tsung's island, right? In spite of the fact that they use the Pit 2 instead of the Pit 1, which is clearly an outworld. It is supposed to be Shang's island. The thing of it is, I don't actually, like, consider this, like, the canon version of the bottom of the pit, because it looks a little different when you knock people down there in the stage fatality. When I think of this stage, I think of they just made this to have a stage that goes with Scarlet.
Maybe.
I would say
It's obvious,
that
like,
if in any way, shape, or point at all, like, you could fight her down there.
Well, I sort of feel like... Because the thing is, Reptile was associated with the bottom of the pit in the original MK1. He was a hidden character, and it was a hidden stage. MK2 had Goro's Lair as a hidden stage, and it was where you fought the hidden characters, Smoke, Jade, and Noob. MK3 had The Lost, the Sizzlag Busores, the
Right.
hidden portal, the orange and the blue variations, depending on the version of the game. And those were associated with fighting Smoke there, either cyber or human.
Don't forget Noob's Dorphin.
Right. Also Noob's Dorphin, which is just it's just Motaro's balcony with the wall removed, but the added darkness does make it harder to see Noob.
Yep. And they did a good job of that in this game too. I posted that on Twitter recently, like how just very much I love the fact that when you fight Noob in this game, the whole background of the temple gets dark. It's shaded with a little bit of orange and red, and it looks really foreboding and creepy in that good Mortal Kombat way.
They try to make it look like the Dorphin, yeah. So, I guess in my head, because this stage never appears in story mode, I think of it as almost a hidden stage. And though Scarlet was DLC, she's almost like a hidden character because she's the only new one, and she has like unplayable cameos in story.
Yeah.
So
I can see where you're coming from. Like, we should have fought her down here, probably.
Yeah, even though you don't, I still think of her when I think of this stage.
What could have been?
They did, when you go to the pit bottom in the MK11 Krypt, they did sort of re-kajigger it so that the blood fountains are on, like, the wall that's there in MK1, like that with the horizontal grooves across it. Like, they put the wall back and they put the blood fountain sticking out of that. And I thought that worked better because it was more familiar.
I will say, sometimes shit looking cool is reason enough for it to be. I have questions about why it's that way, being on Shang's Island and all, where the blood is coming from, but I suppose this game being what it is, I can overlook that in this instance. Anything to say about this concept art of the place that we're currently exploring?
I like it.
Everywhere you go, there you are.
Looks nice.
I have been wondering, like, who is keeping these people in the guillotines? Like, Why can't they just get out and escape? There's no guards. And
Me.
how long have they been here waiting for us to come along and chop their heads off?
Sorcery and magic, I say. Oh, look at this guy here. Speaking of waiting for us, everyone around him is dead except for him. Let's fix that, shall we?
Yes, we're sending you to join your friends. Rejoice.
Ah! An eyeball.
Fucking
Stop looking at
eyelids,
me
man.
like that.
Everybody loses their eyelid.
I was looking...
Only one eyelid. Only one.
I was looking dead center of the screen, and that just came out at me like the Krypt scare. Dead. You're not
there's
dead
one.
yet.
There's a lot more blood on the ground in the concept art. That Shag sure does look like MK1 Shag with the blue fucking coat.
You beat me to it. Like, this is such an MK1 version of Throne Room, and I'm... not that not that I'm disappointed with the version that's in this game. We've said at length that it looks really, really good, but this... seeing him in that outfit just drives it home a little bit more, you know?
Yeah. I miss the blue coat.
We all miss the blue coat.
Drawn and quartered.
Again, how are these things staying on?
Yeah.
They went a little far in a couple of places.
We've talked about, like, how weird, like, the metal...
Yeah, these, like,
abs and pecs are on this, like...
Well, that's clearly, like, some kind of bulletproof vest.
It's an interesting
one.
The
thing that's strange is the like, prototype, the elbow and glove gear that, like, It's supposed to, like, I don't know, be an early version of his bionic arms to explain why he throws sonic booms. And nobody needed that. He was the strongest man in the world. His
Won competitions.
His commitment to getting swole is equal in dedication to that of a Shaolin monk. That is not unbelievable to me.
I don't think Jax has ever uttered the word swole. I think he should.
You also just could have done a thing where, like, when these guys come for the tournament, Raiden teaches them to throw fireballs.
Would have been nice.
Like, okay, now you're doing, you know, you're in the big leagues. This is serious business. Get your fucking game face on and throw some purple shit at me. Come on, do it.
I'm also just gonna put this out there. This guy's face really doesn't look much like Jax's in the actual game.
No.
Like, he's got way more of, like, an elongated jawline. Like, that's a different dude.
The most prominent facial feature of the game model for Jax that I would say, excuse me, is his nose. He has a very uniquely shaped nose in this game, I find. So,
here he is again.
Yep.
Yeah.
See, look, totally different face.
Yeah. Mostly nose.
I like his face in this game.
Also, he has, like, different facial hair in his primary compared to his alt. Like, this is just the mustache, and the other has a full goatee. I think the suggestion that he had time to shave between chapters is interesting.
Is it me or are the arms a bit more streamlined than in the game here? They seem smoother.
I think it's just the angle they are posed in. His forearm, especially the one on the right there, is definitely quite bulky.
If you notice, I'm also letting the value pop up just in case, purchasing before the value pops up is what causes it to crash. You never know.
I think we've got it fixed. I don't think it's gonna crash.
I have confidence now. I think we're all right.
Ooh, look at that.
Yeah, so instead of the swirly back wall, it was going to be two big dragon statues.
I kind of like the statues.
It sort of reminds me of, like, Lopan's like temple at the end of Big Trouble where it's like lined in neon.
I mean, the entire throne room area kind of has always bothered me a bit because I feel like it's a stand-in for the Pit 3, which is like one of 2 places in Trilogy where you could actually see him sitting on a throne.
Yeah. I think this art sort of draws a little bit more from the Khan's Cave in Ultimate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
Definitely a bloody blood marsh.
Yeah, that's a place
cool.
we haven't done yet.
Oh, that's our last destination.
Mm-hmm. There's like that one there, yeah. You gotta look for the blue glow.
That's what I'm doing. It's a katana.
Yeah, we all know that. The one in the game.
Another interesting helmet design on this one. It's kind of just a flesh wound, a little bit.
It's a little Black Knight, yeah.
He's fine.
I like how the bodies become like a flat 2D JPEG after they're squished by the Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to see that again.
Well, hopefully we haven't done our last Iron Maiden.
Ah, there's one in the back all the way over there. I can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The body is good, but as we've covered extensively, there's just too much armor going on.
I don't.
It's
not
I don't like
necessary.
the shoulder pad. It's
Yeah,
pretty bad.
the shoulder pad bandolier was such an unnecessary choice. Like, Kintaro already wears that shit, man.
That one, got that one. Here, okay, here we go. Watch the squirming body become a flat JPEG, like Razor says.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh man. Oh boy.
Yep. Props for the pit three. Props for the pit music in this game. I like it a whole lot.
It's alright.
This was, I think, there's a couple okay tracks in 12, but I think this was the last MK game with really good music.
Ooh.
I think these are in Shang's throne room?
Well, the concept art of them was. I don't remember if these are actually in there. I think they might be.
I think there's some versions of them, like, with incense burning, like, next to his seat.
Sounds right. So much to remember. Weight loss.
Like, is that the one where he, like, spits acid down your throat and then rips out your stomach anyway?
No, other one.
Yeah, it's where
Puts
he
a
like
force
puts the
ball in your
force ball
stomach.
in your belly, and then like it
Okay.
blows up, and yeah, he's doing this cool facing away ninja pose while he does it.
I wonder
like
if that's
that
supposed.
fatality.
I wonder if that's supposed to be the invisible slice, but you can actually see what he's doing.
He is invisible for half of it.
You don't do that. You don't show what's happening. Like half the appeal is wondering. That's what makes it cool.
I kind of like knowing how he split them in half. It's like, oh, it was a force ball. That's creative, you know.
No.
This
Yeah,
again.
I really like that that fatality.
It's a good one. I wouldn't associate it with the MK2 one. I just love seeing a body fly apart into 2 pieces without context.
All right.
He could be doing anything. That could all be his tongue.
I'm just saying it happens to split them at the waist and throw their torso into the air. That seems familiar to me.
Wow, look at that. She's almost naked. Holy
She
fuck.
got to keep her eyelids. What the fuck?
She got to keep her eyelids, but I'm sorry, that jaw injury is not healing. That is leaving a significant scar for the rest of her life.
Yeah.
Also,
There's a
plainly
lot
from her hip,
going
she's
on
been
here.
fighting Reptile.
Hold on.
It's too late.
Okay, but the wounds on her left thigh, on the left side picture, did not match the wounds on her left thigh on the right side picture.
Be nice.
Okay.
Or don't be. I don't care.
Well, the viewer can rewind and confirm what I just said for themselves.
No, the spider is way bigger here.
It
is
very spidery.
the spider positioning of it and the interest it's showing in the swollen, distended organs, the stomach. That feels like it gives an extra bit of context to what's supposed to be happening over that Hollow of Infestation. Like, maybe you're giving birth alien style is what's supposed to be happening.
Yeah, like the tube is actually putting spider eggs down your throat.
That's what I call a good time.
They hatch, and that's why the stomach explodes. That would make sense. It's not clear in the actual animation, but that would make sense.
Yeah. Retro reptile render.
It sure is MK1 reptile.
Yeah, yeah.
Indeed.
I appreciate the yellow eyes.
Yeah, it's a good touch. Blog. I appreciate that they took the time to break his teeth.
Dude, who the fuck took a bite out of your leg, Baraka? Christ.
That is a lot of missing substance.
Oh yeah, they all have, like, some very, very severe leg wounds, very deep muscle tissue damage. Like I said, they went a little far at a couple of places.
It's all canon, all of it.
Definitely.
Hey, Razor, it's you.
Yeah, yeah. You can't actually Google me when you're trying to look up my Mortal Kombat opinions. You will only get that fucking fatality.
Grr. R.
Ew, the teeth.
Yeah,
Those are some teeth, all right.
that's rough, buddy.
His fucking metal eyes like dented in to look angry.
What attack just rips off your lips like that, I wonder?
Literally any punch. Just light punch.
Ah.
The Nomad Dash.
See, this is why run jabs are a thing to be feared in Ultimate. That's what it does to you. Speaking of teeth,
Yeah, when you damage Scorpion, you just get skull.
I did
believable.
always like that detail for Scorpion.
that's good. Like, there's no flesh under there. Like, the skin and the mask are one. That's an interesting way to look at it. I think I like it.
I tend to imagine that there is flesh under the mask. It's just very thin because it's a mask.
I really have always seen it as, like, the skin and the mask are all just, like, maybe not necessarily one separate thing, but it's all spirit stuff, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it is like a... illusion wouldn't be the right word, but it's definitely, like...
It's ectoplasm.
Something like that. But I do imagine that if he chose to, he could look like MKX Hanzo. Despite being like he just have white eyes.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Because I think there are quarters of the fan base that legitimately believe Scorpion can't have a Hanzo face unless he comes back from the dead, and that doesn't track. That's because otherwise, how does he change his clothes? Clearly, he can look like whatever he wants to look like within the parameters of Hanzo Hazashi's anatomy.
he had 2 outfits in Ultimate alone. According to Shaolin monks, anyway. Man, it looks weird when you look at it as Bihan and not Noob Saibot.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. This costume was clearly created for Noob first, and then given Sub-Zero colors second.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the fucking straps around the abs.
Also,
and
like,
shit, and...
in the concept art, it has a Lin Kuei logo on the chest, and they didn't have the logo in the actual game. Like, Sector is wearing a logo, Cyrax is wearing a logo, Kuai Liang's outfit has the logo, but Bihan and Smoke don't. That bothers me.
Alright. Where's the secret
Especially
in this
because,
area?
by the way, I want to point out that in Sub-Zero's MK1 bio, it specifically says the way you know he's a Lin Kuei is by the markings on his outfit. So Bihan is supposed to be wearing a Lin Kuei logo since 1992.
Oh boy. Spinal Smash, another fun one.
All right, let me look up where the insects are.
Some nice typing there.
You're welcome.
Very audible. Don't mute your mic or anything.
No. People need to know what I'm doing.
You're welcome, viewers at home.
I told them I was going to look it up, and now they know I'm telling the truth.
Hey, look at this
I'm a
guy.
man of my word.
Look at this guy. Missed him out in the middle of nowhere. All his friends are dead. Now it's his turn.
Okay, so the Meadow of Despairs. It's somewhere on the left-hand side near Coffin 52.
God damn it! We already opened the entire left-hand side. Do better.
We already got the secret anyways, right?
It says it's somewhere near the entrance to the necropolis.
Okay, well we're around there now.
No, we got the secrets in the 2 sections we've done.
Yeah,
we didn't get the secret in this, and we didn't get the secret in the Blood Marsh.
Am I looking for green bugs or what's the deal?
I believe you're looking for green bugs.
This is the Meadow of Despair, actually.
It is.
The Blood Marsh is down the hall and to the left, Razor.
I said the Meadow of Despair and the Blood Marsh.
I didn't hear that. You should have
Okay, well,
better.
open your fucking ears.
Makes it happen. Communication. Working together.
Let me see if I can get a video so that we can be more precise.
Here, buggies. I don't see nothing around. Alright, well, while you're looking up a video, I'll keep unlocking the few that are not yet unlocked. Angels of Death. Interesting. Guys still there?
I'm here.
Okay, so it's
right.
it's actually to the right of the entrance. It was to the left of that coffin, but since that coffin's already open and we don't know the number, that's not going to work for us.
Lie to me
But it
more,
is-
why don't you?
It is slightly to the right of the necropolis door.
Okay. This is some quality hell. I like this hell. Looks painful.
There's more pillars in this art than there are in the actual thing. At least one more. Yeah, there's the bugs right there. Try to get the camera on it. There we go. Okay.
Get money. And that's 56 out of 55. We are done in the meadow.
Okay. Time for the Blood Marsh. Now, do you want to do the secret first while we still have the numbers of the chests to go by?
I guess we should.
Okay, try to find 81. It's to the right of that, under the head on the wall.
Obvious joke about bowel movement is obvious. 61. 70. 75. 81.
81. All right, so a bit to the right. Yeah, oh, I can kind of see the bugs there. See, they're right up against the wall.
There we are. Just give it a moment and the camera should go into focus. Any minute now.
Whenever you're ready, game.
Closer.
Try to center them, I guess.
Ah,
There it
god
is.
damn it.
Why'd you do that?
'Cause I'm terrible at everything I do.
Okay. And that's it. That's the 4 secrets.
All right. More money.
Money, money, money. Money.
Now, how are these disposed of? Because I forget.
Birds.
Oh, these take a minute.
That's lovely.
There's one face in this Living Force painting.
Maybe two if you squint and look a little bit off-center and a bit south. That might be two spooky eyes under that hollow.
I don't really see it.
That's weird that it's showing all the...
Well, I feel like they have to, because it's actually kind of tricky to see where they are.
Yeah, that does help you find them.
Oh, it's Kira's fatality. Nice.
Yeah, right?
Isn't that the one where she just rips her head right off and starts eating it?
No, that's the first one.
She pins your feet to the floor with her size and rips you in half. It's Kira's from Deception.
True.
Very open.
Yeah,
got rid of the walls.
Weird to see that much detail in the background, like some sort of residence back there.
Feels like they were trying to combine it with the combat tomb, and
Gave
I'm
up.
glad they changed their minds. Let the tower be the tower.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind a tower at night or a tower ruins, something that evokes the 95 version.
More 95 the better, baby.
Does take a while.
They really do. So blue. So blue in all of his musculature.
They
Even
definitely
then, he's still chilly.
they definitely darken that for the actual game.
Yeah. Guy's made of antifreeze.
Being able to see his spine and ribs in the back.
Fishies!
I do enjoy the fish.
Tank.
Piranhas are cool.
Tank Man is tanky.
Mm.
That's just the old sprite.
Yeah, they just slapped the
That
sprite
literally
in there.
is it, yes. Glorious. And there are those incense statues.
I think the windows were sprite ripped too.
They might have been.
Just gonna appreciate this.
Neat.
It's cool.
Wait, go back.
The tree with the skulls and the torch.
Oh, yeah, that's
This
nice.
is cool. I like it. More noob.
Yeah.
That sure is the same outfit.
That's the
They
removed
literally.
They removed the Lin Kuei logo and they made it black, and
Yeah.
or they did that one first and added the Lin Kuei logo in the blue and skin tone.
Mm-hmm.
It sure is a dragon.
Sure is a dragon on the ground. Is that the right
Eh.
show down there?
I think it might be.
It might be.
Stocky
think
Man.
Art of fucking Bow Ride Show.
I don't know if I enjoy the way that that thing's standing.
Sonya.
Yeah, that's Sonya.
Nope.
What we got? Ermac.
Again, nice touch with the green eyes.
I like how they literally palette swapped the render. Same pose, just change the color.
You know, they never did that
Smokeman's
before
eyes
this
are
game.
white in those.
Never.
It's the first
There was
time.
never any instance where they took multiple copies of artwork and just changed the color for everyone.
I don't know why they weren't doing it sooner. You could save so much space on the drive with
It's
with
amazing
that kind of
how
asset
that never
reused.
happened before. Amazing.
You could fit so much more game in. Think of how many more characters we could have if they had been palette swapping like Ken and Ryu all along.
Right? Okay, huge missing chunks of flesh out of his nose, the back of his scalp.
Oh my god, his lips.
Yeah, that's rough.
You can see the wires. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's all right.
I don't think that's in the real game.
You know, I don't think there's been a single game where when you do an X-ray to Jax, there's not bones inside his bionic arms. Which would be fine if they had run with the old timeline story where his bionics are sleeves that he can put on and take off. But since they chose to have his real arms be ripped off and replaced with robot arms...
Whoops. Usual battle
Oopsies.
damage. Caw.
Yeah.
I'm glad they're all wearing underwear. Good for them. Some dignity in death.
Well, there's a bunch of naked dudes in the trees to the left, and they just didn't have junk.
It's kind of.
The lighting is very green.
Yeah.
They definitely wanted to illustrate, hey, the light's going to be coming in through the stained glass windows and playing off the floor.
Good on them. It's a great touch.
Yeah, I enjoy it.
Also, I'm fairly certain that, again, all the way back, dead center, that is some MK3 artwork.
Oh yeah, that's a sprite rip.
Oh
absolutely.
yeah.
That's ripped back there, yeah.
Crab battle?
They called it the street in this game, but it's actually the bridge from MK3.
Never stops grinding my gears.
The street was a separate stage. Although, so the street was like right in front of the bank rooftop building. And technically they put the bank rooftop building in that stage, so I guess it is both the bridge and the street.
Oh, they absolutely combined the two into one.
You know, if you made
time.
it nighttime and changed the camera angle, you'd have the street.
Missed opportunity, really.
Yeah. It would actually be, because there are day and night stages in this game. The street should have gotten a night version.
Agreed. Chinese Ninja Warrior.
This heart is so cold, you guys.
He's super serial.
Yeah.
Very
That rooftop.
a bit more violet than the final cut.
Yeah, look at all that purple from Outworld that's in the sky back there. Would have been a nice touch. Another iteration of, you can slowly see how they got from two dragon statues morphing into a weird back wall.
This is too busy. This is too
I don't
This is
like
a lot.
this.
This is a
sucks.
lot. I'm glad that they didn't do it this way.
Also, what the hell is he wearing?
I
don't know. They put such a blurry version of him down, you wouldn't really be able to tell.
Armor looked gigantic.
Either had a big belt buckle or a pot belly. I couldn't tell.
I thought it was the pot belly.
Yeah, you can see
They decided really early on that they wanted this thing to have tentacles.
Oh yeah. There's an actual guy being grabbed by the tentacles on the right.
Oh, look at that.
It's interesting how, like, the Shadow Priests appear to be looking at it.
Yeah, I kind of like that. Instead of them just floating there staring at you.
Wow.
Fucking eyeballs. You know what?
Jesus.
There's a thing that MKX did that I absolutely love. And it's that in fatalities where someone's eyes are popped out, the nerve is also glowing the color of the eyeball.
I was about to say, it's a little
Like,
bit funny in a way that, like,
you
the
do it
nerves
to
are so
Ermac.
human, and then there's just this thump.
Yeah. If this was MKX and you popped Ermac's eyes out, he's got the flesh holding the eyeball in is glowing green. I like that.
That's a good touch. I mean, naked as usual.
Her ass is just out.
I feel like
someone attacked that ass. Literally.
she has much less face damage than other characters.
And there's still a huge chunk out of her cheek.
Yeah, but, like, she has her whole nose, both of her eyelids, both of her lips. Jax didn't get off that easy. I can't even say that they were, like, giving, like, preferential treatment to the pretty girls, because Jade's face was fucked. But Kitana also had a sort of minimum of face gnarliness.
Gotta keep them pretty while you're pounding the crap out of them.
I kind of like the steam coming off the mouth here.
This one doesn't necessarily have tentacles.
It's got more branches.
Yeah, they look
Yeah,
branchier there.
It's almost like we're in the fucking living forest for some reason. And then there's these two columns look like they were taken from Khan's throne room.
I kind of dig it.
You put some piles of bodies back there, you might be in business.
Yeah, I don't hate it. And again, the Shadow Priests were looking into the souls. They were looking into the mouth. I wish that's had made it to the final cut.
Damn shame. Rainbow combat.
Rainbow Blood is my favorite modifier. I'm not joking. I'm honestly.
It's pretty hilarious.
It's really, it looks nice to me. All right, well, good luck, Jonah Hex, with the rest of your life with that kind of damage.
I don't know how much.
Hex.
I don't know how much else we can say about these like damaged.
Yeah,
maps.
there's so many
It's starting
of
to become
them.
mundane now at this point.
It was boring to me from the jump. I don't even know if
an odd outfit, to be sure.
So I think the goal here was like, what would Shao Kahn have her wear when she's with him? But
potentially.
But there was a version of this in Deception as her alternate, and there it was much more interesting. It was also closer to his shade of red.
I don't hate it. I just wish I had more context for it. It definitely has a bit of a bad person look.
Half the time,
it just seems bland, really.
Half the time, whenever I look at a Sindel costume, I don't really know what it's going for.
I don't think the original MK3 Sindel costume entirely knew what it was going for. She looks like she was going out to a nightclub.
More katana fatals.
This is the fatality that has fucked up audio.
Splitting headache?
Yeah. The first cut into the waist, it doesn't actually have like any sound to it. It's just silent.
I'll have to check that next time. Is he this brown normally?
No, the colors in this artwork are desaturated. They brought them back up for the actual in-game model, which I appreciate. He's nearly that brown in 11, though. You have to use like an alt shader to get the good blue.
I always thought this fatality was weird.
Yeah, is this the one where he
goes
like
right through you?
Yeah, that one.
I love that one.
It feels like something The Flash does. I'm not sure how it associates with turning into smoke.
It is like his hairstyle, very anime. The whole thing is meant to evoke that image of you running past someone and chopping them up at 1,000,000 miles an hour too fast for the eye to see. I don't know how he does that in a smoke form.
Yeah, his powers are not speed related. He turns into mist.
Whatever, it looks cool. Yeah. Tremor.
This one.
Caw. What do we got?
Got birds. Okay.
Oh, is that supposed to be a statue of Shang?
I think that
there?
is a gigantic ass statue of Shang.
Oh, that's cool. I kind of want to.
This is neat.
I kind of wish that was there.
An interesting approach, because there's like other statues, but they're like tiny and they're on these tall pedestals.
I like the idea that there's other like stages where Shang is the centerpiece.
You know, honestly, we've never really discussed that. Like, the Warrior Shrine is just chock full of statues commemorating the people who are fighting, who are in the tournament. Shang absolutely should have a giant ass statue of himself up somewhere.
Come to think of it, he should.
He really would.
It's interesting, like in the '95 movie, the Warrior Shrine doesn't have statues of the characters, but it does have a lot of it's like a 3-dimensional room with a lot of statues. It's not just a line of 7. And even in like 11, where you can explore the Warrior Shrine in 3 dimensions in the Krypt, it doesn't really feel like a large space with generations of fighters being honored. It's just the 7 MK1 characters. And I feel like that's sort of missing a step, or like not living up to the potential of the concept, which is there should be statues of everybody who's ever fought in the tournament. Like, there should be a great Kung Lao statue somewhere. There should, like, Shang should have a statue. And it should probably look like young Shang when he was in his prime and was the champion.
Once again, MK95 bringing potential to the fore. This is a choice. It doesn't so much look like it's happening during an invasion, so much as it just looks like I'm witnessing casual demolition.
It feels like it's the waterfront from Ultimate.
Yeah, a little bit.
Because
again,
we're
combining
under
stages
the bridge. Because the bridge street stage in the game is on the bridge. That was definitely under the bridge.
Oh, nice to know if they considered it at least.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I think it's just a coincidence.
You never know. Weirder things have happened. Uh-huh.
Yep, that's the meadow. Well, this one has
like,
more of a swamp look
structure.
and a lot of there's all these like I don't know, docks. Like it's some kind of swamp.
This reminds me of like nightmares I used to have as a kid about like being in a speeding car over a pier that stretched out into the ocean and not being able to stop.
It feels a lot like Resident Evil 7.
I'll take your word on that.
7 takes place in a swamp.
Okay.
You know, the villains are like backwoods rednecks that...
Right. I've seen them.
Yeah, it's very like Texas Chainsaw-ish.
Like I said, I was always a Silent Hill guy. I have not played the Resident Evil since 3. Yes, I know. I know. One of these days before I die, I'll play some version of Resident Evil 4. Stop judging me.
You haven't even played Mountain Dew Code Veronica?
Liu Kang! Liu Kang.
Yeah. His hair's too short in this game. I don't like it.
Face is weird. Face is...
It doesn't... You know, the platonic Liu Kang, the Liu Kang ideal that's in my head is always going to be the big fluffy Robin Shoe hair. There's nothing you can do about that. Just do the Robin Shoe hair or get out of my face. Speaking of doing the do, this week...
We are in a flood of Code Red right here.
Yeah. This week I am drinking the patriotic gamer fuel flavor Star Spangled Splash. You know, I said they had the red one and the white one and the blue one. This is the red one. It is red berry flavor. Like I said last time.
Your thirst must be getting quenched every time I pop one of these corpses.
It's juicy and delicious.
This is how you do the do. Like this.
I cannot identify what berry this red berry flavor is.
Oh my god, Jade's eye.
I kind of like that. There's actual blood in her fucking...
The contrast with, like, the eye itself being so green is an interesting one.
This is the kind of battle damage I can get behind, because it's not super gory, it's just kind of uncomfortably realistic.
It's neat. Like this, like, what are you drinking this week has become a thing. It's fun.
Well, I gotta, the seasonal flavors are gonna go away and it's gonna get boring fast. So I gotta do it while I have the opportunity.
This is very much more in line with the classic MK2 look of things.
Yeah.
Like the single window shapes back there behind the single Shadow Priest. I like the dragon ornamentation on the walls. The pillars keep it a bit interesting. It's less sparse than the original. I kind of like this. This would have been neat to see.
I feel like the big rivet studs make it a little too industrial, but
yeah, I see that.
Otherwise, I'm okay with it.
I see over there. You can't hide.
That's the temple.
Not too far off of what we got.
Yeah, this is pretty much it. There's some rocks back there instead of the zombie altar. That's the only real difference.
That's where we've been hanging out.
I feel like that painting was made after the crypt was designed. Like it's a trace job.
Pretty well. Or they knew what they wanted to do and they just went for it from A to B.
Which, like, why make concept art after you've already designed the thing? What's the purpose of that?
We were again Jonah hexing the shit out of people.
Oh yeah. He's gonna have a rough time. He's Luface.
I wonder who's responsible for that.
The wallpaper from the website.
Yeah, had a Sub-Zero version earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Guess if I can track those down. They were cool. I need a rotating screensaver.
I bet they were 720p.
Oh, that's unfortunate to think about. Probably true.
They're 1080 at best.
Good tunes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
47 out of 83.
Yeah, we're just a little over half.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
These corpses are just so hard to find. I wish that they had, like, animated the crows flying over them, like, circling them, so you could always find them.
I've always wondered about the phrasing sans power in that combat code from MK3. Because, like, sans in French, S-A-N-S, is, like, without power. But why was it just in French? Like, this one French word in the middle of nowhere. Why not without power? We'll never know.
Wasn't enough space.
Sure.
It might be just a trend that started when there's an ending in the original Mortal Kombat 1 where it's like if Kano wins the tournament, then he'll invite more gangs to come fight, and it'll lead to something called the Battle of the Sands.
In French, the Battle of the Sang.
The Battle of Without. What does that mean?
Looking angry.
I guess it means that the realms, like, they just start fighting. It's basically describing MK3, isn't it? Because it's like fighting without a proper tournament would lead to chaos.
I guess.
The fucking Furies would be unbalanced and all that stuff.
This is a gangly ass Kung Lao.
His arms do seem a little thin there.
He is skinny.
Also, the Wu logo, not Kanji, the Chinese character. Kanji is Japanese, but the character from MK2 that he usually wears on his shirts. It was there in the concept art, but it's not there in the game for some stupid reason.
Sigh.
Like, I'm pretty sure it's on his back in his primary, but it was supposed to be on that blue sash. Now, this is weird, because this is a version of the temple that doesn't have the stained glass window in the back.
That sucks fucking ass.
It's not good.
It is missing a certain something or some things, isn't it?
This is
the
most
dragon
boring...
logo on the floor? Or... No, not even, I don't think.
No, that is the reflection from some... Yeah. That's the light coming in from some off-screen stained glass window.
Nah. They can't all be zingers.
Well, they didn't go with that one. That was a concept art that...
Massive improvement what we actually got.
Yeah, yeah. You know, maybe it's because the colors haven't been put in yet, but I don't see how this is the Wasteland at all. Like, it has none of the Wasteland things.
This is MK versus DC, Sonya and Scorpion, fighting somewhere in, like, a Mexican desert, and there just happen to be a couple of chains and pillars around.
Yeah, the big chains coming off the pillars feel vaguely Netherrealm-ish, but otherwise, this is just a generic desert plateau. This is just...
Pass.
It's like somewhere in Montana. You know, the Wasteland has some very specific identifiers. First of all, it's purple. It's very purple. That's the number one thing about it. The second thing is, there's clearly a statue of some kind of, like, Buddha or Chinese monk, or maybe it's King Jared, some bald guy holding a staff. Yeah, there's a bald guy with a beard holding some kind of staff or scythe, and that's a big foreground element. That's important. All around him, there's supposed to be bodies on pikes, and then in the back, there's supposed to be a castle in a river. That's the Wasteland, you know?
Must have been very early concept art.
I guess. Maybe they felt like, I'm just gonna put some geography in here, and then I'll start adding the actual things after.
That's what that feels like. I don't know why they choose to put that in here.
Boring.
I like these Batman-esque slash, guts, plunge, with exclamation marks. You can hear the Adam West music.
Ah, yes, the sound effect bleed. That's what bleeding sounds like. It makes the onomatopoeia is bleed.
Slash, bleed, guts. We've seen all these recently. We've popped open a few ourselves.
Iron Maidens.
My God, this place is just chock full of stuff. Jade.
Yeah.
She has, like, weird forehead jewelry in the concept art. You see that?
Oh, yeah.
There's
It, like, lines her eyebrows.
It's subtle. Really subtle.
It's kind of interesting.
This is not a bad outfit.
It's odd. I don't know if I'd do it. But it does slightly remind me of the, like, in Deception, Sindel adds 2 little dots to her eye makeup.
There is something, like, specifically Hindi about it, I think.
Yeah.
Jade's gold necklace. Well, no, Jade's gold necklace that she always wears.
Yeah, her famous gold necklace. Definitely
what a weird thing to have for a collectible.
Like, not her boomerang, not her staff, not even her mask.
Weird.
her gold necklace.
That's kind of cool.
This bears some discussing, because this is vastly different than what we actually got.
Oh, yeah, this is,
That's sick.
I like it. I always felt like that what we actually got was a little too Greek, a little too God of War. This feels a little more Netherrealm-y.
Like, I feel like you should actually be able to see the characters, like, representations of their souls in each of these light pillars, or something like that. This would have been really neat. Really putting the Necro in Necropolis, it looks very traditionally Mortal Kombat spectral, with all the green of the souls everywhere, that tortured face dead center.
Yeah,
This is
I dig
good stuff.
I dig it.
He just looks really sad.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, he's having a rough day.
He
He's
sure
a little
is
depressed.
fucked up looking. Yep.
He's about to go home and be a family man.
Mopey. Sad wolf. Yeah, that's a Baraka, all right.
It is. It's very much a Baraka. Look at those eyes. Look at those red eyes.
You know what I like that? I'm not sure if this game was the first one to do it or if it might have been Shaolin Monks, but I like how they've added like a freckly mottled skin tone. Like he's all uneven and splotchy.
I think it was Shaolin Monks.
Might have been.
Just gonna investigate this for a moment. Look how cool that is.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You never realize how much you miss just random skulls on spikes until they're not really around anymore.
Yeah, this Sindel has not been having enough state executions in the current timeline.
This is
Maybe Molina will fix that.
Here's hoping. Now this is a weird little fatality that I actually really enjoy.
I like this one too. This is the one where he shoots shurikens into their head and it does like an X-ray into their brain and then they like scrunch up as they die.
Like the shuriken spinning twisted some kind of brain nerve or cluster.
Yeah, like it causes a muscle spasm.
Yeah. Like we never had anything else like that, I don't think, and it's really cool.
Yeah, it's interesting that Cybersub got a fatality that cool considering how unfinished most of that character is.
Right? Always do, buddy. Always do.
Is Striker still the only character to ever kill people as their win pose? You don't even have to do a fatality?
I think there was someone else, actually.
Maybe someone in 11?
Possibly. I don't think it's 11, because in 11 all the win poses are like these unique camera angles where they're alone in a void or some shit, and the opponent's not there.
Some of them include the opponent.
My God, look at this poor boy's face.
Jesus.
It's not that his nose has been ripped off, it's just leaning way to the side, like his one nostril is much bigger than the other somehow.
I have never seen a more swollen eyebrow in my life.
Teeth are fucked up.
Shouldn't some of Goro's teeth be pointy?
Should be.
No, shut up.
Kentaro has pointy teeth, he has like big cat fangs.
Interesting.
Dragons don't have sharp teeth, that's stupid. Come on.
I mean, none of this was anywhere, like...
Yeah, so...
Were they planning to, like, make it so that you could knock someone outside and see this, I wonder?
How fucking big is Shang's Island supposed to be? Like,
Also,
where is the water?
Again, like, these structures in the background look like bits of a desert mesa, but these look like grassy plains.
Yeah.
Shang's Island is a weird place, man.
I like it better in the night with the rain.
No qualms out of me. Zombie combat.
666, the number of the beast.
I get it.
Do you get it?
I think so. I hope so.
You know, one of my sort of complaints with both the Armageddon and the 9 versions of the subway is that like there's not enough variety in the like billboards and advertisements along the back wall. Like it's always just, hey, it's an ad for NetherRealm. Hey, it's an ad to join the Special Forces. It's an ad for a Johnny Cage movie, and it's just those 3 things always, over and over again.
Well,
It's
what
like-
would you put back there?
I don't know, like a generic ad for perfume or something like, stuff you'd see that's a little more real world and a little just focused exclusively on the Mortal Kombat characters.
Giant Lin Kuei business card.
Well, Su Hao did have that watch billboard in 11.
Yeah.
You know what? Actually, that's what I might do. Like, more shit like that. Like, funny stuff like Melina's Crest ad. Maybe not showcasing the characters, but like, yeah, parody goods and cosmetics. Definitely. Skulls and trees. Skulls everywhere.
It's that fucking tube top.
Yeah.
The more I look at his naked shoulders, the more it bothers me.
Did you guys know that Reptile gets his fashion sense from like Britney Spears?
You don't?
Oh, I can't unhear it. I can't unsee it. Blah! Who
my
needs the
God,
Krypt scare
her-
monster? Yes?
What kind of wound? What attack causes what's going on her leg there? That cracked thing with the purple around the edges.
That is it's like someone like petrified a lump of flesh and punched it and all the rocks fell off.
Yeah, it looks like a pothole in the road. Skin doesn't do that.
Is that bone showing above her teeth and below, like on her jaw and lips?
No, I think that's just the color of her skin in
It's hard
shadow
to-
because of the mask.
It's hard to tell. I can see where he's coming from. But those do seem to be more lips than they do bone.
I'm pretty sure that's just a shadowed skin.
For what lips she has. Motherfucker, really?
Yeah, there's still like 14 to go. See, some of these bodies are just under the water. That's why they're so hard to fucking see.
Parasite
Yeah.
victims, there it is.
Alright.
That is definitely a B-grade facehugger. No question about it.
It's a great value xenomorph.
Beanomorph.
We have Ridley Scott at home.
Shut up.
Not too much to say about that.
Kind of
He's
weird
got
to
no
see.
head. He's got no forehead.
No.
Yeah, they took his hair away. It was kind of weird to see like his gauntlet with the spikes popped off.
Again, spewing up things with your mouth and shoving it in other people's mouths.
Yeah, that's the one where she like screams into her hand to make a fireball she can hold, right?
Yes, and then like stuffs it into you.
I kind of like that fatality because I really like the head explosion.
It is pretty cool. Hey, more bodies over yonder.
Glub, glub, glub. What is tournament mode? What does that do?
I don't know, honestly.
Does it create a bracket?
Enter it and tell us what you find.
Somebody
Okay,
in
this
the
is-
comments, tell us what the tournament mode combat code does, please.
Seriously. So
I think it like disables fatalities.
Interesting.
why the hell would you want to do that?
I'm not sure how that makes it a tournament.
I realize there are actual valid answers to that, such as time management and, placing
like if
importance
you're-
on, the emphasis of fighting as opposed to the guts and the glamour, but I don't care.
you know, if you're playing sets online and you want to get through it as fast as possible. But I don't know.
When I meet a man in person for an interview, I'm shaking his hand. When I'm fighting someone online in Mortal Kombat, I expect to have my ass killed. It's courtesy. So there's a lot of waste in this wasteland.
There is. This definitely got the bodies on pikes in there. This is pretty much the wasteland we got, because you got the pirate ship stuff. The shore with the castle is much closer to the foreground than it was in MK2.
See, like, this makes me wonder, like, in a theoretical telling of Mortal Kombat 2, where they didn't, like, arrive via portal, how cool would it be to, like, see them take a ship and arrive at the wasteland and have this be the first thing that they witness?
I would like to see, like, the battle that happened here, because based on the bodies, like, especially the in-game version, where you can actually make out some of them are, like, Edenian rebels with the purple armor.
Mm-hmm.
Feel like that's probably what happened. This was some battle between, like, the rebellion and a Tarkatan horde.
I'm sure Rain will have their back. He's there for his fellow man.
You know, I do like to imagine, like, when we talk about Tarkatans, it's usually we sort of picture, like, Vikings or Mongols, the raiding and the pillaging across the land. But there must be Tarkatan pirates with pirate ships, right?
You think they're seafaring people?
I think, I mean, there's water, and there's Tarkatans everywhere, so there's got to be some Tarkatans on the water. I'd like to see a Tarkatan pirate.
I'm gonna stop myself from thinking too hard about the logistics of swimming with those heavy-ass blades in your forearms.
Well, that's why you make sure you don't fall overboard. You got to stay on the boat.
Incredible muscle strength. That's definitely Cyrax. You've talked about him.
Yeah. Fucking a little too much mustard.
It's Cyrax. A little too Cyrax.
It makes him a little sour, that's all I'm saying.
It's Scorpion. A little
Nethergate.
too Scorpion.
Nethergate is the cool fatality that they came up with after people complained about his, like... Because originally he had 2 fatalities that both involved cutting with swords. And when they revealed them, people complained about him having basically the same thing twice. So they gave the second one to Quan Chi, and Nethergate is what they replaced it with, which is the sick one where he, like, kicks them into a portal, and then a skinless body hanging off his spear comes out of a second portal. Like, he kicked them into the Nether Realm, and their skin is gone.
I do feel, though, that he shouldn't have kept a hold of the chain. The body should have just fallen down. Like, had maybe a slow-motion moment reveal for it for a moment as it falls, seeing it skinless. Then it hits the ground. He does his wind pose because he's left standing there awkwardly holding the chain. It's okay to let go.
I'm fine with it.
All right, fine. I'm being picky.
Sure, it could be done maybe slightly better, but it's fine.
The execution is nice.
Yeah. So we talked about this costume when
the one that you guys don't like, but I kind of do.
Yeah, we were playing in story mode when he fights Stryker. We talked about that I don't really like Ermac in trench coats because it created the trend that led to his MKX and 11 and 12 designs, which is, you know, all the mummy stuff and they tried to make him more of an urban fantasy wizard as opposed to like the sort of, I don't know, Middle Eastern Swami kind of thing is the direction they were trying to go in Deception, which is, I like that more with the wrapped face and whatnot.
I can see how this is the beginning of all that.
Also, if you look at like the mask and the stomach, too many lines. It's overcomplicated.
There's a little bit of Spider-Man going on around the abs.
It's very New 52 or MCU. It's just too complicated.
It's not bad, but I like the general look. There's still that deception element of like this could be a bunch of souls in a bag, you know? I think, like I said, this is the start of the road he would go down a little bit, but I think that this is like teetering on the verge. This is, to me, like as far out, this far and no further. That's where I'm going to go with Ermac.
if this had been as far as it ever went, instead of they keep going and we get MKX. Because this one still has a lot of deception elements in it. You know, like the chest still has kind of the design. He's wearing the same belt he's always wearing. I like him in a hood. Shin guards are fine.
I do dig this, and I find myself wondering what it would look like if, like, it was a bit reversed. Like the way that the Shaolin Monks version reverses some aspects of the Deception design.
Yeah, like flip the colors, the black and the red.
I don't know. I never really liked Ermac. I never liked Ermac with a hood. I feel like
I've drawn Ermac with a hood.
This specific one is too Noob Saibot-ish.
Yeah, I can kind of get that.
That's fair.
Like, when I drew Ermac with a hood, I was just trying to make it, like, his cowl look baggier, like they do in MK1.
Yeah, that's fine. But like... Also, yours, like, hangs down, like, past the neck, I think.
A soul trap. Is that his crystal?
I think it's his belt buckle.
I think it's his third eye.
Nah, well... It could be his third eye, but I think in this game, I think they're referring to his belt buckle.
We can go check later if we remember.
Yeah, we can look at that.
Let's see what we got. That is a large dragon.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a kaiju.
That's an elder god, man.
That's a bit much. That's a bit much.
I like the intent, but one of the rare occasions when I say scale it back just a little bit, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
I could probably talk for a long time about the music in, like, Shao Kahn's arena / Coliseum. And how I'll always wonder how in a series where there's been so many takes and versions of stuff like the Deadpool theme, the Portal theme, not the Portal theme, the Deadpool theme, the Wasteland theme, Armory theme, they never went back to that MK2 Portal / Shao Kahn's arena theme. And I've really always wondered why.
I don't really like the Shao Kahn's arena theme.
I will kill your family, snake!
It's not that.
Oh my god, it is epic! Oh, are you insane? Da-da-da-dan! What is wrong?
I can barely fucking hear it.
I have no son. Smoke. Oh shit, is that it? 100% of the Krypt. According to that trophy that just popped, it is.
Okay.
Very armored. I know you have problems with that, but if it was softer.
He looks like a knight of the round table or something.
He does a little.
It's not a ninja.
I especially hate the shoulder pads.
Again, it's a bit insectoid. It's a bit hard armored. If it was more soft fabricy, I like the design in general. That's about my only issue with it.
So,
Smoke's cloud.
It says there's three left. How are you 100% if there's 3 left?
It's not counting the hidden ones. It's only counting at the tally total.
Okay.
We're not quite done.
All right.
That's a shame. Would have liked to have been done on that Smoke. That'd been cool.
Yeah. Would be nice to end on Smoke. The best character.
The greatest character.
There's people in those subway trains.
That's new.
Huh.
Interesting twist.
Are they people or are they zombies? I mean, well, it's the same individual copy-pasted multiple times. There's that weird light around their heads. What is going on in there?
I imagine that's just the fluorescent lights inside the train.
Maybe. Bit greener than we're used to.
Ew, the centipede.
Centipedes more than spiders.
True.
That is a disquieting centipede. I'll give it that.
Yeah, it's a lot. I don't like centipedes. They're too much. Too many legs.
Antennas are too big.
Too many peds.
like seriously, like I'm really okay with arachnids of all kinds, but you know, I'm even okay with millipedes to a degree. Like they don't move all that fast. They kind of curl into a ball if you poke them, and it's kind of adorable. Centipedes, man, those things are fast and their legs are wide, and even I admit to being a bit squeamish about them. Thank you for no centipedes, NRS. Thank you for no centipedes at all. Is this it?
Razor needs a break.
He needs a break?
He needs a break.
Needs a break? Alright.
He needs a break. He posted it in the chat.
I have a full screen of Mortal Kombat. I can't see in the chat.
You should get a second screen.
You should go and be a family man.
I don't want to do that. It sounds
Okay.
hard. That sounds
Alright.
expensive.
It really is. I'll never be. Survey says... Stab, rap, boot, snap, crunch.
I know when I kick someone that goes boom.
I'm interested in the concept of a rap sound effect. That should be done more often, I feel. Where are you? No, you're around here somewhere. No, we're not. That's the last
That
one.
was. So we had two, but I guess not. All right.
No, wait.
No, wait a minute. We must have one more.
Means, yeah, okay, no.
Yeah, because the secret would make it 84 out of 83.
You're the last one. What do you have for us? Be smoke related. Everything depends on this.
No.
Reptile's purple insides. All right. That's fine.
Our prize is disappointment.
That's a disappointment and confusion.
The exposed muscle on his back just looks like brains.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, that's it.
I don't know if there was a lot of studying of anatomy that went into this. All right.
It was nice. It was
the
fun.
crypt is done. Let's hit up that necropolis real quick and look at all of the items. You know,
All right.
because we were curious about, like, is Ermac's thing a belt or not?
Let us enter. Scary.
Ooh.
Yeah, we should have every single person's thingamabobs now.
Stop doing that. I'm scared.
All right, sword and sash.
Wrong game.
Cloud. It's rain cloud.
We didn't get Baracas.
I don't see nothing.
How do you? Some of them must be unlocked by, like. Oh, there it is.
By doing that?
Just click on him.
Okay.
That's weird.
That's very unusual.
Okay, so
right.
his thing is his blades ripped out at the root with meat coming off the ends. That's neat.
Uncomfortable but cool. Bomb.
Yeah, that's a bomb. What I expected.
Now the question is answered.
It's his belt.
Oh, it's his belt.
Told you it was his fucking belt.
You're a belt.
Your mom gets the belt.
Oh.
Her famous gold necklace. She doesn't even wear it in her primary. It's from her alt skin.
That's stupid.
Jax is a flag. That makes sense.
I like that.
Yeah.
Should it be folded like a napkin?
You know, I actually Jax taking out the American flag and wearing it over his shoulders like a boxer.
I'm actually
one of my favorite win poses in the entire franchise.
I'm amazed I don't see that more often, like as a GIF. I really should.
Yeah. Okay, Johnny Shades. The Ball's mask. Gonna be a knife. Yep, just knives.
Always knives. I wonder what this will be.
The fans, yeah.
Hat.
I believe Liu Kang gets a little dragon? Yeah, the little like the dragon he turns into, but there's a tiny one in the palm of his hand in his win pose.
That's neat. I like that. Size.
Probably hatchet.
Probably hatchet.
Yep.
Big green hatchet.
That's a hatchet. It's a ball of
Venom
goo.
symbiote?
It's black goo.
It's a Venom symbiote.
It's
Another
the
cloud
same
with
shit
some
as
lightning.
rain.
Wait, go back to rain. I want to see if it's the same shit.
No, his has rain instead of lightning bolts.
Okay.
But it is the same cloud.
Yeah.
No, I think it's a slightly different one.
It's animated slower. That's the difference.
Go back to Raiden.
It's poofier. It's a different
Maybe.
cloud.
Yeah.
I'm prepared to say it's a different cloud.
Basically the same effect. An
Egg.
egg.
You know, all the eggs that Reptile lays.
I mean, something happened to him
give
once
me-
with an egg.
An egg.
Onaga happened to him, and he came out of an egg.
Here.
Spear.
We could have saw that coming.
Missile? I'd say missile.
Probably
It's a
missile.
missile.
It's a missile.
Missile.
A soul?
I think it's this necklace.
It's gonna be like his necklace or belt buckle. Yeah.
His famous gold necklace.
It's
A lot of that going around.
what could Shiva possibly get? Oh, it's her belt buckle. It's her fucking Showcad
Shogun
logo.
medallion. Okay.
I think
What do we
this is
say?
like the crown from her alternate costume.
I think so.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a tiara.
Cloud?
I think it's a cloud.
It might be a cloud.
Cloud number 3.
Yeah.
Yep.
That one's different though.
Yeah, it's more
They've all been
round
different.
and kind of moving around and shit.
Dog tags.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, it's
And a badge.
And yeah, the badge. Is there any way to zoom in and really look at them? Like, what happens if you select her? View stats, view character pile. Yeah, how far can you zoom in? Really get up in that cleavage.
This is as far back as I can go.
Okay,
As
how
what
far?
we're
close as
talking
I can go is uncomfortably close. Booty.
Is that close enough to read the dog tags, though?
Kinda. Like kinda.
Were you down a hallway a moment ago?
Is
No,
it close enough? Leaves the room. Kind
I
of.
can see that her second dog tag says Outer World Investigation Agency.
Oh, oops. Oopsies.
That does say S Blade.
Yeah.
Man, I'm imagining like people looking at the thumbnails for this video and the timeline, just looking at us ogling Sonya's breasts for a good 10 minutes.
Yeah. So those dog tags, I believe, are a reused asset from Versus DCU.
That makes sense.
I like how none of this is impeding her body language or anything.
Nope.
Perfectly comfortable to stand there with all those wounds.
Why not? Gun?
All right. I believe it's his badge, the one he's wearing around his neck. Oh, it's his
Aha!
gun and nightstick. How about that? What if you had a gun?
What if? Little ice orb?
Mask? I think it's his mask.
No,
it's the
dragon
dra-
medallion.
It's the dragon medallion. That's not even in this game.
They're expecting you to remember.
Damn, they made
Well,
a whole ass model for it. How does
That's
it make you
funny
feel?
because they didn't remember the dragon medallion in X or 11 or 12.
Last go around of glory. Ice grenade.
Like in Grandmaster variation, he has a medallion, but it doesn't have a fucking dragon on it. It has a Lin Kuei logo.
Shinnok's amulet.
I believe it's the
No
amulet.
way, it can't be. No way.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Amulet ass amulet.
Knives and kunai. And disappointment.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
That-
That's how I feel about his movies, too. Except 3.
Anything cool we overlooked?
I don't believe so.
Why do people like 4? I think 4 sucks.
I don't know anyone who likes 4, so I can't answer that question.
I see a lot of people
lot
who
of
like
double damage.
Elm Street 4.
Couldn't tell
terrible.
you. Couldn't tell you.
I think we've just about covered all of this, but just in case, for those few that crashed, you never know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Stop me anytime.
I think we've seen all that. I wouldn't be surprised if the ones that crashed were just like combat codes or
You never know. I'm just being thorough.
stick figure fatalities.
Don't see anything so far we haven't commented on or looked at. Still nothing new.
Yeah. Let's see.
We might have missed this one. I don't know. I don't remember talking about
Possible.
It's okay.
this. It's neat. That sculpture in the middle is new to me.
Yeah, I don't know if we saw this one. It definitely looks like it's like the outside of his palace.
Interesting.
It reminds me more of the Palace Gate stage. Like that's what the statue feels like.
Less giant Buddha, more hideous abomination.
Yeah.
I think we've come full circle.
Yeah, I think we've seen all
That's
this.
it.
Yeah. Okay.
Anything in design?
Now this is where they put all the fatality
Okay.
codes and
Alright, we're good to skip all
combat
that.
codes.
Alright. So I guess we're done for the day then.
Yeah, we'll do we want to do the arcade endings, like watch each one and comment on them. But
And then we'll truly be done with the game. We thought this was going to be the last time.
runtime being what it is, we'll get that next episode. Next episode will be the last episode.
There was a lot of shit in that Krypt, guys.
I think most of the screen time was eaten up by how long it takes bodies to open in the fucking marsh.
Honestly,
Yeah.
those fish and those birds were hungry.
You can't eat a little faster? Come on.
Nope. Okay, next time, it's endings. All of them.
Yeah. Until then, see you later, nerds.
Have a nice day.
Oh, well.
Freddy Krueger.